The situations portrayed in this program are very dangerous. They have been performed by trained professionals in order to replicate worst-case scenarios of real-life hazards. Viewers should not, under any circumstances, attempt to replicate any of the situations presented in the program. Coming up on House Hazards.
I'm ready to rock. Here we go.
The team pushes a stereo system to its auditory limits. A backyard party heats up.
Look at how high the flames are going.
You can feel the heat all the way over here, Home.
And an air mattress that's guaranteed to keep you awake at night. Home, sweet home. Well, not as sweet as you might think. Your house is really out to get you. There are thousands of hazards hiding in every home, and our team of experts will separate the fiction from the facts so you can avoid domestic meltdown. Scientist Francesca will expose the hidden dangers lurking in every home. Engineer Dan will show you how everyday appliances can turn from labor-saving to life-threatening. And special effects expert Brendan will recreate the worst-case scenario. Nothing says home entertainment like a high-powered sound system. The more power, the better. But your stereo can be a danger to your home as well as your sanity. The Hazard team has an experiment to show you how. But it's not Brendan's questionable guitar skills under investigation today. It's the speakers themselves. A speaker works by sending electrical signals to a set of magnets, which push the speaker cone in and out, causing the air in front of the cone to vibrate. These vibrations create sound waves, which are measured in decibels.
The human ear will burst at 150 decibels. Now, this cone alone can go up to 120, and we've got about 24 of them here. So what Brendan's put together is a real sound weapon.
We could have fun with this.
Yeah, imagine if we pumped like 150 decibels into a window, for example.
This is a real hazard.
Sound is a form of energy that travels in waves. Normally, they're invisible when moving through the air. But by pouring a cornstarch mix into a speaker, it's possible to make this energy visible.
See, this is what it does. You see these guys? You see the creatures? There you go.
Wow!
That's what it does.
They look like little monsters. So the sound frequencies that are going on exist in everyday life, but we never get a chance to see them with the human eye. By creating this solid liquid mixture and allowing it to react to the frequencies, we can see what's going on a day-to-day basis with sound.
It's that same energy that the team wants to harness to find out how it can be a danger to your home. The target, a plate glass window. The Hazard team moves the speakers into place.
We're going to position them so that they're all facing the window, which will channel our sound waves directly to the pane of glass.
With the speakers set, the Hazard team is ready to test their theory.
That was sweaty work.
Get these wired.
While the team wires up the speakers inside, outside, Francesca and Dan want to test the danger levels of two common but highly flammable items found in nearly every backyard. Ah, the backyard party. Burgers, booze, and open flames. What could go wrong? As Dan and Francesca are about to find out, plenty. First up, the barbecue. Responsible for $29 million worth of property damage every year, it's a major hazard waiting to happen. And what fuels the barbecue? Propane.
Today, I'm gonna be cooking propane tanks instead of burgers.
Dan has an experiment to determine how hazardous these little canisters really are.
Turn this thing on high and light it up. You probably want to get back. Actually, guys, you guys want to get back too.
Well,
Guys, come
hopefully
on.
no one is
Back.
stupid enough to put propane canisters directly onto the grill. But accidents do happen. Anytime you've got flammable gas and an open flame, there's a potential for disaster. But Dan is conducting this over-the-top experiment to prove a point.
Barbecues can get up to 700 degrees Celsius. And if those tanks warm up that much, that gas is just going to want to blow out. Oh, I'm hearing something.
And I see flames.
Barbecue's on fire.
It's definitely not safe, but it's not an explosion either. Because propane is so explosive, these canisters have a safety install. They have pressure relief valves. When exposed to extreme heat, they slowly release the propane inside. In this case, the valves did their job, which is why there are only small bursts of flame instead of a violent explosion.
We were lucky that the pressure release blew out, but let's say that was a faulty pressure release. All of a sudden, you've got a rocket-propelled propane tank that's firing across your backyard.
But Francesca has something up her sleeve that could leave you with more than a hangover to deal with the next morning.
You probably want to get back. Actually, guys, you guys want to get back too.
Our engineer, Dan, has confirmed the obvious. Propane is flammable. But he also revealed how there are safeties put in place to prevent an explosion. Now, scientist Francesca is going to show what happens when a poolside cocktail party meets an open flame.
For those who like to entertain at home, a tiki bar makes perfect sense. Why travel all the way to Hawaii when you can bring Hawaii to your own backyard?
Makes sense to me. Lovely tiki bar you got
Do you
here.
like it? The only thing about a tiki bar, it's probably the most dangerous thing in a backyard.
What? What, because of the torches?
Because of the torches, but primarily because of something else. Take this 151 proof of rum.
High-proof alcohol. It's not just a hazard to your liver. More volatile than jet fuel, it can send your tiki party up in flames. Francesca is conducting an experiment to show just how flammable 151 proof rum is.
The fun begins.
When it's wet, gunpowder typically doesn't burn. But if the liquid has enough alcohol in it, it lights easily, despite being soaked.
So we're at a party and drinks are being poured. Oh no!
Rum spilling all over.
Our rum
We've
is
got
pouring everywhere.
flammable liquids.
Not completely unfathomable. What else do you have at this tiki bar? Flame source for ambiance, but now it's close to our 151 proof, which goes up like that.
That's pretty hazardous. But I feel like that's a little bit of rum. What if you had a lot of rum?
Like a really good party going.
A really good party.
We can make that happen. It's a bit of a shame to be throwing this around.
Yeah, definitely
Watch
making
out!
me a little sad to see all this alcohol being spilled.
As alcohol heats up, it becomes easier to ignite, which makes this bright and sunny pool deck the perfect location for a tiki inferno.
Let's do it.
Light her up. Yeah!
Look at how high the flames are going.
Oh, it's just so angry. That is burning way more intense than I thought it would.
I had no idea it would go up that fast.
Well, when you consider what, it's made of kindling, literally.
It's like 70% burnt down right now. The only thing that's still burning are the wooden posts from the bar.
The alcohol vapors ignite first and start a chain reaction with everything else on the bar. The grass skirts, the napkins, the plastic cups all have higher ignition temperatures. Within seconds, a tiny, relatively cool flame has erupted into an 1100-degree inferno, turning this tiki into Mount Krakatoa. When it comes to backyard hazards, alcohol has proven itself to be the winner. With the fiery luau finally extinguished, the team turns back to the destructive force of sound waves. The hazard team wants to know if a high-powered sound system can actually shatter a plate glass window. It's time for Brendan to rock the house.
Just in case the guys are right and it blows the glass out, we want to be in a safe place where we can watch all the amazing action without being in danger. Hey, Dan. Yeah? Come see the little bunker.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that works. Here he comes.
Oh my God.
All right, I'm ready.
You ready to rock?
I'm ready to rock.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's do
we're
it.
ready.
You ready?
We're
Put your ear
bunkered up.
protection on.
Okay.
All right. Reed, take me up. Turn it up.
Okay.
I'm ready to rock. Here we go.
It's shaking a little bit, but
It's not giving it that, like, violent shaking that you need to break glass.
That's not working.
Yeah. I think I know what might be wrong, Brendan.
Yeah.
See, right now we're pumping a lot of pressure at the window, right? So we got these huge amplitudes, we're really loud, a lot of decibels. But when you actually shatter glass, you need to hit the right frequency, and that's not something we're doing with that awful playing you're doing. I'll show you how, come on.
The situations portrayed in this program are very dangerous. They have been performed by trained professionals in order to replicate worst-case scenarios of real-life hazards. Viewers should not, under any circumstances, attempt to replicate any of the situations presented in the program. The breaker box. This unassuming gray panel keeps power running throughout your home. But it's also one of the most hazardous spots in your house. More than 28,000 electrical fires start in homes across North America every year. Many of them because of faulty wiring in a home's breaker box. Dan and Brendan are on a mission to show just how dangerous they can be.
There it is. All the power for the entire house runs through that panel.
This box is the gatekeeper for electricity into your home. Whenever there's a fault or too much current flowing through the house, it breaks that circuit and shuts it down. A malfunctioning breaker panel can bring fire and mayhem. Exactly what these two want to prove.
Over here, we've got some exposed wires. We've got a lot of dust in here. First, let's turn it off. Let's cut the grounds.
Okay.
Dan is removing the ground wires, which are safety lines that divert excess electricity into the earth. Without a ground, an overload has no choice but to travel through the nearest suitable conductor, which could be anyone standing near it. This may seem like sabotage for the fun of it, but Dan and Brendan are simulating the kind of dangerous conditions in thousands of homes across North America.
Completely ungrounded panel. We've got a lot of exposed wires. We can strip the wire so that there's arcing.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Yep.
Switch.
When electricity jumps through the air from an exposed wire, it produces a visible spark, an electrical arc that can start a full-blown house fire.
You know, we could pop a breaker and just jam something
Well-
right in.
Actually, what I was thinking is, why don't we jam a fork into a breaker to complete a circuit?
Believe it or not, people actually stick metal objects like pennies and foil into their breaker boxes, thinking they can cheat a faulty circuit, often with electrifying and deadly results.
We've got an arc, we've got a short circuit. I think we've got ourselves,
An electrical fire?
yeah.
Most breaker panels lie hidden in closets or basements where flammable objects can pile up without being noticed. Exactly the conditions they want to recreate. The only thing left to do is to turn the power back on.
All right.
All right.
Calm me down, Dan.
3, 2, 1, go! Oh, man. Nice. That works. And now we got a nice electrical fire going. Perfect.
With no grounding and no way to stop the current, As soon as the power is switched on, an electrical spark ignites the material in the box, spreading to the walls and ceiling in seconds.
Oh wow, look at that go.
The guys are on hand to quickly contain the situation, but in a real breaker box fire, the entire house could go up in flames before there's any time to identify where it started. The Hazard team has set up an experiment to show just how powerful sound can be by attempting to use stereo speakers to blow out the windows of the house. While Brendan's guitar playing may have rattled some nerves, the window held firm. But Dan has another more delicate plan. He's going to attempt to shatter glass using its own natural resonating frequency. First up, a crystal wine glass.
I'm gonna hit this glass, record the sound it makes, then play it back. All right, you ready?
As the amplitudes overlap, the glass should vibrate violently and eventually break.
Okay, patch it through. Okay, I'm gonna send the exact same sound that the glass made into the speaker, and we're gonna see if it's gonna shatter. Ready?
I'm ready.
Good?
DJ Jan.
And kick it!
With the high-speed camera, you can see how the glass actually flexes back and forth at the same frequency as the recorded tone, nearly 450 cycles per second. Eventually, the flexing is so violent, the glass shatters.
So, let's apply that to the window.
See that on a big scale.
Yeah.
Next, Dan records the resonant frequency of the window and gets ready to play it back.
You ready?
I found the right frequency that'll blow that glass up, and I've patched it through to the keyboard. So when I push this key, we'll blow this thing. You ready?
We're ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Unlike the wine glass, the window glass is much thicker and has a much lower resonance.
Okay, that didn't work.
These speakers just aren't big enough for what the team has in mind. They want to blow the window out. For that, they'll need to bring out the big guns. But before Brendan reveals what he has in mind for the window, he has his own propane experiment he wants to conduct. Propane is a natural gas used to heat homes and fuel hot air balloons. Used properly, it's safe.
Why use my lungs when I can use a propane tank?
That's why the greatest hazard of all is human stupidity. Using propane to inflate an air mattress can turn a dip in the pool into the Hindenburg disaster. Brendan has inflated an air mattress with propane, and he's wired an ignition source to show just what happens when a static spark meets gas in something other than an approved container. Now, Brendan's determined to wreak the same havoc on the windows in the house. The team has successfully shattered a wine glass using sound frequency. But they're finding that busting window glass is much harder. They need a shock wave to break this glass, the pulse of energy created by the sonic boom of a jet. This kind of force has been known to blast out windows near air bases. Cue the big gun.
So this is an air cannon. It's a pressure vessel attached to a solenoid valve, which is attached to this big funnel here. What this does is we charge the pressure vessel up to 80 or 90 PSI, then when I trigger the valve, it lets out all that air pressure at one shot. It will all travel up the funnel, straight into this sheet of glass. Boom.
An air cannon and a speaker cone both create air pressure, but with one crucial difference. While a speaker cone vibrates and pushes air outwards with waves of sound, Brendan's air cannon focuses that pressure and pushes it out in a single powerful blast, replicating the shock wave created by the sonic boom of a low-flying jet.
How loud is this gonna be?
It's gonna be loudish. We ready to go? Okay. 3, 2, 1, go!
Whew, that would have gone right for my neck.
No kidding.
Oh, that was exciting. Shall we assess the damage?
Let's.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, wow. Look at that. It just completely blew apart. There's huge pieces everywhere.
The air cannon acts in the same way as a speaker, but exerting a pressure of 90 PSI. The team has proved that sound can damage your home with frequency and pressure. Definitely a hazard.
That is one dangerous hazard.
The situations portrayed in this program are very dangerous. They have been performed by trained professionals in order to replicate worst-case scenarios of real-life hazards. Viewers should not, under any circumstances, attempt to replicate any of the situations presented in the program. Coming up on House Hazards.
3, 2, 1.
Things light up under the sheets. A flesh-eating competition in the kitchen.
I just gotta get the bones in there.
And a party
Dance, dummies, dance!
hits the deck. Home, sweet home. Well, not as sweet as you might think. Your house is really out to get you. There are thousands of hazards hiding in every home, and our team of experts will separate the fiction from the facts so you can avoid domestic meltdown. Scientist Francesca will expose the hidden dangers lurking in every home. Engineer Dan will show you how everyday appliances can turn from labor-saving to life-threatening. And special effects expert Brendan will recreate the worst-case scenario. The balcony, a magnet for sunbathers and party people alike. But it's also a death trap waiting to fall. Deck collapses cause over 6,000 serious injuries a year. And the hazard team wants to know what it takes for one to come crashing down.
So you think we could put enough people out here to cause this deck to fail?
Yeah, if you want to maybe kill 20 of your closest friends.
All right, so we can't use people. Mannequins?
We've got mannequins.
There's no shortage of stand-ins to make a party, but they aren't nearly as heavy as the real thing.
Francesca!
His fly's undone. That's so embarrassing.
Most building codes set the weight limit for balconies at 100 pounds per square foot, meaning this balcony can hold about 2,000 pounds or 14 people safely.
I think it's the best to put as much weight as we can on the far side of the balcony.
Okay, sure. We'll load it up.
To compensate for mannequins, Dan and Francesca are going to add giant water barrels, which, when full, should be enough to overload the deck.
Turn on the pump! All right, here we go.
And as each barrel fills, Brendan is adding the equivalent of 2 extra people to the deck, inching the weight closer to the safety limit.
Nice aim, Brendan.
They're all full.
The weight of the water is now equal to the balcony's maximum capacity. But even with the additional weight of the mannequins, it's still hanging firm.
We really can't see any more stresses, or the balcony didn't even bow at all.
So what next?
While the team figures out another way to bring the balcony down, Brendan is about to compare two commonly found kitchen items that send more than 15,000 home chefs to emergency rooms every year. The meat grinder, a hazard that pounds flesh and bone through a series of crushing blades and tiny holes in the front.
Stick a digit in there, you lose a finger.
Pitted against it is drain cleaner, known by its chemical name as sodium hydroxide. Able to destroy anything organic in minutes, just think what it can do to human flesh.
So would it be more dangerous to stick your hand in the meat grinder or in a pile of sodium hydroxide? Instead of a human hand, we're gonna use this beautiful rack of ribs. All right, guys, come here. You have 10 minutes to pulverize a rack of ribs. Meat grinder, sodium hydroxide.
Okay.
You got 10 minutes. Go.
All right.
This meat grinder is gonna leave the sodium hydroxide in the dust. You can't compete with the brute force of these spinning blades that are just gonna pulverize whatever I put in there.
What Dan isn't thinking about is the amount of sodium hydroxide that I have. With this amount, it is going to turn those ribs into a meat milkshake.
Dan, are you ready?
Yes!
Francesca, are you ready?
I am so ready.
Okay then, 10 minutes. Go.
How you doing, Dan? You look a little stressed out over there.
Just gotta get the bones in there!
Just stirring in some chemicals. Sodium hydroxide is an extremely volatile chemical. When mixed with water too quickly, it can actually explode, which is why I'm gonna mix it very slowly.
Consumer meat grinder accidents are extremely rare. But when there is an injury, they're often so severe, they result in limb amputation.
Right. Think I am good to add raw meat. How's the muscle work going over there?
I just took a little break to let you catch up, but I'm almost done.
Oh, catch up. I'm done.
No, you're not. Look at your meat. Look at mine. Much more of my meat has been pulverized than yours, and I think I just broke the screw. Let's get a wrench in here. Brendan, can you get me a wrench, please, good sir?
As the clock ticks down, Dan and Brendan are trying to fix the meat grinder, while all Francesca has to do is wait as her drain cleaner attacks the ribs.
Hey, Brendan,
Yeah,
how much time is left?
2 minutes.
Huh. 2 minutes.
You have 10 minutes to pulverize a rack of ribs. Go.
The team is comparing which kitchen hazard is worse for your flesh, a meat grinder or drain cleaner.
Yeah.
With only a minute left, Dan's got his meat grinder back up and running, and Francesca's ribs are turning into a runny pink sludge.
I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this, and all that comes to mind is, ew, that is disgusting.
Sold in almost any hardware store, drain cleaner is so toxic that even a small splash can burn right through your flesh.
Okay, guys. 3, 2, 1, stop. All right, how did we do?
Everything has gone through the meat grinder.
That's actually really impressive. It's certainly ground up all the meat and the bones into Play-Doh. Let's see how you did. All right, this, well, you can, oh, geez. You can plainly see that the bones are still there. But the meat that's missing is not Play-Doh, it's gone. The meat is dissolved completely into, well, that's kind of fun. It's gross and powerful, though.
Okay, let me make something clear. Sodium hydroxide is incredibly dangerous. If I were to drink that meat smoothie, I'd be dead instantly.
So you actually think that you still won?
It's not I think that I won, I know that I won.
Completely less than 10 minutes. I had everything through the process, including the bones. You still have all your bones and some meat.
If we pull the bones out of there, the bones are stripped clean of any tissue, and here you have a pile of tissue.
The contest was getting rid of everything, including the bones, and you haven't done that.
The sodium hydroxide dissolved the meat, but it didn't dissolve the bones. So even though this was a close race, I'm gonna have to give it to Dan and his meat grinder.
Francesca's drain cleaner was impressive, liquefying the meat in minutes. But she's let down by the bones, which are still hanging on.
So even though this was a close race, I'm gonna have to give it to Dan and his meat grinder.
Meat grinder rules!
Back outside, the hazard team is considering flaws in the balcony's design that could lead to a fatal disaster. Most residential balconies use a cantilever design to support the people standing on them. This is the same design used in bridges, cranes, and even airplanes. But not all cantilevers are built the same.
Cantilever is basically a beam that's only supported at one end. Now, since just putting weight on our balcony didn't work, we're gonna test out some cantilever to see what it takes to break it.
This is one type of cantilever design. It's got this extra support wire out here, like a suspension bridge. This is a great design, very strong, but this isn't what we've got upstairs, so let's get rid of this.
This one here is a little bit better, because we've got our support far out, and our unsupported beam doesn't jet out too far, so it should probably hold a good amount of weight. But that's not what we want either, is it?
No, so let's get rid of it.
That looks about right.
Yeah.
On our balcony, the weight is being transferred back inside the house, making it extremely hard to break. But in a party scenario, there's also movement, creating a dynamic force that often surpasses the weight the balcony was designed to hold. To show this, Dan and Brendan are rigging up the exact amount of weight the poolside cantilever was designed to support, 150 pounds. Except this time, they plan to drop it from above, simulating what could happen upstairs if our mannequins started to move.
Let's do it.
Done. Hold on. Ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
You ready to go?
On go?
On go. 3, 2, 1. I call that a success.
I call that a success. Weight plus movement equals broken deck.
Exactly.
So let's go break a deck.
Now that the hazard team has learned how to move this party, Brendan is bringing out the big wheels.
You like that?
But this isn't just an exercise in demolition. Brendan's using the giant forklift for something more delicate, dancing.
We're gonna have to get this a lot higher if we're gonna get him to dance.
By hanging the mannequins from a wooden crossbar, puppet style, the crew can move them up and down like a wild party.
Are you guys all ready?
Yeah, they're all hooked up.
Dance, dummies, dance!
The situations portrayed in this program are very dangerous. They have been performed by trained professionals in order to replicate worst-case scenarios of real-life hazards. Viewers should not, under any circumstances, attempt to replicate any of the situations presented in the program. Everybody knows that you should never take an electrical appliance into the bathtub with you. Nonetheless, consumer products like the hairdryer still kill an average of 75 North American adults every year. But what does it actually take for a dummy to get zapped?
Everybody's afraid of electrocuting themselves in the bathtub, right?
That is true.
In the morning, you've got a curling iron, a hairdryer going on in the bathroom, and you've got running water everywhere.
Yeah, you have a hairdryer and curling iron running at the same time?
I do.
It looks good.
Thank you. But we are legitimately afraid of electrocuting ourselves in the bathroom.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna see how realistic that fear really is. I've got a hairdryer, I'm gonna plug it in. We've got our mannequin, which rigged up with some twinkle lights in the bathtub. We're gonna throw this thing in and see what happens.
And that's the test. If the twinkle lights come on, there's enough electricity in the water to kill a human.
It's gonna light up like a Christmas tree.
Exactly. Plug in the hairdryer.
All right.
Hairdryer's working. Gonna throw it in, see what happens. Ready, in 3, 2, 1. Guys, can we get the lights back on? I kind of figured this would happen. We just basically blew the circuit.
So what you're saying is it's okay to blow dry my hair while I'm in the bath?
No, I'm not saying that it's okay to put an electrical appliance into your bathtub. What I am saying, however, is that there's a lot of things that need to go wrong in order for you to electrocute yourself.
Gotcha.
To keep people from being electrocuted, most new homes across Europe and North America have a built-in safety measure. Normally, electricity flows out of the outlet, through an appliance, and back into the outlet. Inside the circuit is a ground fault interrupter, or a GFI, that measures the current going in and out. If a human body enters the circuit, it draws power that doesn't go back into the outlet. If the difference in the current is as little as 5 milliamps, the GFI kicks in, shutting off the circuit, and you stay alive.
If you do want to see this thing electrocuted, I can show you how. All right, guys, it looks good. Let's get it down by a mailbox.
In order to demonstrate a real electrocution, Dan is bringing the experiment outside, where he has a power generator without a built-in GFI.
Perfect.
Just like in the bathroom, Dan's experiment must create a circuit, except this time, there'll be nothing to measure the current going in and out, allowing the electricity to travel from the hairdryer into the water, through the mannequin, and back to the generator without any interruption. Frying anyone stupid enough to be standing in the bathtub.
It's good to start filling up the tub.
Yes, madam.
The ladies are loving this.
All right, that looks like about enough water. Drinking water is nowhere near as conductive as salt water is. So for example, let's say our handsome mannequin decided to have one of these lovely, refreshing spa baths. So now we've got water that's about 100 times more conductive than normal drinking water. Next thing we need to do, set up our hairdryer with our generator.
And then drop it in.
And then drop it in.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, we're ready to rock and roll.
You should be terrified.
Are you scared? Say nothing if you want us to go. I think he wants us to go.
We're good to go.
All right, everybody, we're good to go.
Can I borrow that for just 1 second?
What?
Thanks.
All right. Stand back just a little. In 3, 2, 1.
They're lighting up! This is amazing! We did it!
This is really dangerous. This water right now is completely electrified, and our dummy, as you can see, is literally getting electrocuted. When we threw that hairdryer in, we're introducing electricity, and if you are the thing that completes that circuit, you're gonna get fried.
With the balcony carrying over 2,000 pounds of weight and the mannequins finally able to move, the hazard team is ready to test its strength once again.
Let's watch the show.
Dance, dummies, dance!
There's limbs flying.
He's gonna go first!
Don't jump!
Hey, Chris, give it all you got!
Now we're just breaking bones.
Oh my gosh, she lost her top.
All right, that's just indecent. All right, Chris! Well, that didn't work.
That was a bumping party, but it definitely didn't bring our deck down.
Under the combined force of the water barrels and dancing mannequins, the balcony finally starts to shake a little bit. But this isn't nearly enough to cause the serious damage needed for this party to get down.
So now what?
Last thing to do, poor maintenance, you weaken the structure.
Let's do that. I got the tools. Let's destroy this deck.
Things might not yet be hazardous outside, but Francesca has a party trick you never want to perform behind closed doors.
Here's one way to create fireworks in the bedroom. What could go wrong?
Francesca may seem crazy playing with fireworks in a bedroom, but unfortunately, this wasn't her idea. Every year in North America, 900 curious pyros push the limits of evolution by mixing fireworks with the indoors. Even storing fireworks indoors is a bad idea. After all, it's explosives. inside your house.
Let's blow it up.
So for this experiment, Francesca's not going to just light up a few sparklers. She's making a full New Year's Eve display.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1. In 3, 2, 1. Wow. Get a little smoky.
More than just a fire hazard, fireworks also contain toxic chemicals, gases, and heavy metals, which, when combusted, are released into the air. Worst smoking section ever.
Holy. Fireworks in a bedroom. That is one way to heat up a bedroom.
Last thing to do, poor maintenance, you weaken the structure.
Let's do that. I got the tools. Let's destroy this deck.
Adding weight didn't work, adding movement didn't work. So our final option is we're gonna compromise the integrity of the structure.
This may look like sheer vandalism, but by doing this, the team is recreating easily overlooked issues such as poor construction, insect damage, dry rot, and weathering, all of which could be a party crasher. The team has now done everything they can to compromise the balcony.
That's a terrifying sight.
And with the mannequins poised to do their part, Brendan is adding extra weight into the barrels in a last-ditch attempt to push this balcony into major hazard territory.
So Brendan is filling the front barrels. It's looking pretty safe right now. Do you see anything moving in the balcony?
One of the reasons we may not be seeing results is the break is going to occur at the seam where the cantilever meets the wall.
So what you're saying is there could be things happening in the house that we're not seeing from the outside.
Oh, God. Oh! Oh, you can just hear that rip apart.
Oh, that guy's being strangled.
His torso has been ripped apart. Oh, we can hear it. Do you hear those cracks? Oh, it wants to go. You can hear the cracks. It just wants to go so bad. Yeah!
Right down.
Boom!
You did it! Amazing!
Yeah! And there goes our patio set. Man, that thing took a punishment.
The end product is exactly what we wanted, right? Catastrophic failure. We added a little more weight with those mannequins bouncing up and down. We distressed the beams. All those 3 elements came into play, and the deck went bye-bye. Well, this would be your 20 or 30 party guests had we actually been doing this.
Weight, movement, and wear and tear equals a huge hazard for patios and balconies.
Had this wood been old, aged, termite damage, with that weight, this is absolutely feasible to have happened.
So patios, house hazard, decks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, without a question.
Great.
Who's gonna clean this up?
Not me.
Yeah.
Not it.
Not it.
Got it.